What's going on, guys? My name's Rob, and welcome back to Above the Six Watch Reviews. Super excited today, guys. We've got another list video. And today we're going to be tackling a topic that, I'll be honest, it's not my favorite type of watch, but I wanted to bring this to you guys and give it to you because I know, listen, divers are extremely popular. So today we're going to run through 10 amazing dive watches. A lot of them, to me, guys, are hidden gems. So these aren't going to be the same watches that you're seeing on every review that are popping up. I've done some digging on AliExpress, and we'll run through my top 10 picks. As always, I appreciate all the support I've received over the first couple of weeks of the channel. So if you're into what we're doing here, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Keep in mind as well, guys, AliExpress does have their summer fun sale on right now. I'll be honest, might not be as great as the 11/11 sale, but there are some cracking deals on right now. So I will have affiliate links to all the watches I mentioned in the description below. I have dug a little deeper as well, guys, to try and find the absolute best deals from obviously reputable stores. So if you like any of the watches, go ahead and click those links, drop them in your basket. But there are good deals to be had right now. All right, I think there's no need to waste any more time. Let's get right into my picks. All right, starting us off, we've got the Cadisen 8226M. So we've got a case diameter of 38 millimeters, overall case thickness of 12.5 millimeters. So still a thin diver, 20 mil lug width, 200-meter water resistance, which I tried to make sure that at the very least, all of the watches in this list had at least 200 meters water resistance. Powering this watch is the reliable NH35. We got sapphire crystal, very compact lug to lug at 46 millimeters, stainless steel. Now, I will say, guys, it didn't say that it was 316L stainless steel, so keep that in mind. And we've got a 90-click bezel as opposed to a 120-click bezel. Overall, I think the biggest thing with this watch, in my opinion, and again, it's subjective, but I think this watch absolutely looks great aesthetically. I think it's got a little bit of a thinner bezel, so more of a modern style dive watch. But overall, I think it's got killer looks. And we all know that the prices of the NH35s have literally gone through the roof. And I think overall, for what you're getting at this price, right now this is listed at $165 Canadian. To get 200 meters WR plus the NH35, I think this is an absolute steal of a deal. Here we have the Proxima PX1697. So again, I think Proxima, guys, is well respected within the AliExpress, I guess, brand tier type of list. A lot of people put them right up there with your San Martins and your Kronos and your Ixindao. So here we've got their diver. So it's 39 millimeters. So again, very compact, more of a modern dive style. It's rocking with the PT5000 from a movement standpoint. So again, a high beat movement. And one of the cool things about this watch is that enamel dial. If you guys haven't seen, go back, check out my San Martin SN0144 review. I love enamel dials, and I really think this type of dial allows this watch to really be an everyday carry type of watch. We've got 200 meters water resistance, full 316L stainless steel, screw pins on the links, 11.5 millimeters thick. So this is a super thin dive watch, 45 mil lug to lug, and a 20 mil lug width. We're rocking with BGW9 from a loom perspective, and you can get all of this with that great Proxima quality and finishing for $219 Canadian. So this is a brand that we really haven't heard a lot about in the last I'd say 8 to 12 months. This is the Heimdallr Monster GS. So Heimdallr was always known for building great dive watches, a lot of Seiko homages. So this is the Monster GS, 43 millimeter case diameter. So I think more of a true dive watch that a lot of our dive watch purists are going to be very happy with. Ceramic bezel, NH35 movement, 200 meters water resistance, full 316L steel when it comes to case and bracelet, 13.5 millimeters thick, so a little bit on the thicker side for some of the watches on this list. We get sapphire crystal with AR coating, 20 mil lug width, and C3 lume as well. Overall, guys, I think this is going to really appeal to a lot of people who just love dive style watches. But I think it still offers that little bit of uniqueness as well, right? So we've got a lot more angular of a case, right, along that grander King Seiko line, which I love. And then when you look at that dial, guys, you have that guilloche or even like a helix type of pattern to it. I think this watch looks absolutely banging, and you're getting all of this for $217 Canadian. Overall, I think that's going to be a deal that's extremely hard to beat. All right, you guys can go ahead and start roasting me in the comments for this watch. I can take it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're looking at the Seagull Rolling Panda. I don't know what it is about this watch, guys, but I think this watch is just an absolute stunner. So obviously this is Seagull, so one of the more historic, well-respected Chinese watch manufacturers. We get 200 meters water resistance. This is powered by the Seagull ST2500 movement, so one of their higher end, higher beat movements. 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal, great case size. This is a 41 millimeter. So, even though I have a smaller wrist, I can still wear a 41 millimeter. And I think for a lot of people that love dive watches, they're going to want this size or up. So I think it's a great choice for them choosing that size. 13.5 millimeter thick. So it's going to have a good presence on your wrist. 47 mil lug to lug, 20 mil lug width. Listen, I completely get that this watch isn't going to be for everyone, but I think if you can objectively just take a step back and look at it, I think it's hard to say that this isn't just a great looking watch. Yeah, it might be a little bit gimmicky, but I'm there for it, to be honest with you. Right now, during the current sale, guys, this is on for $301. Last week, this was on for about $355. So this is a pretty significant savings, guys. So like I said, affiliate links for all of these watches will be in the description below. If you like them, this is a great sale that you can get sneaky good deals on watches. So don't hesitate to click those links, and happy shopping, guys. So up next, we have a brand that I'm pretty familiar with and have had some history with. Not necessarily in a good way. So we've got the Berny AM169MS. So this watch is powered by the Seagull ST1612. So one of their more basic movements. We've got a case diameter of 42.5 millimeters. So this is definitely a big boy, 49 millimeter lug to lug, and just over 13.5 millimeters case thickness. Keep in mind with this watch, guys, the lug width is 22 millimeters, so it's going to be a little bit tough to find straps, I would think, that you have currently if you want to switch it out. We do have stainless steel, although it doesn't say that it's 316L, but you also have a leather rally strap option, which would absolutely be my choice. I would definitely go for that over the beads of rice option for this watch. C3 lume, sapphire crystal with AR. And again, we've got 200 meter water resistance on this compressor style diver. So my experience with Berny, guys, I had purchased a Berny probably a little over a year ago. Wore it, didn't love it. Strap was way too long for my wrist. Just felt a little bit bulky, but since then I've been keeping an eye out on reviews, and it seems like Berny's quality has been improving. And spoiler alert, I do have a Berny on its way, so check it out. There will be a Berny review in the next 2 weeks or so. But I thought it'd be worth it, and I think overall for what you're getting, the overall package for this watch. I do think it's a great looking watch. And for $161 Canadian, guys, I think this one's going to be hard to beat. So I'm happy to see that Bernie's moving in the right direction. I probably shouldn't be biased when coming up with these lists, but I'm going to say that this one is probably my favorite out of all 10 watches. This is the Boderry Sea Turtle. So we're looking at 40 mil case diameter, 12.5 millimeter thickness. It is a full titanium watch. So this is going to wear a lot lighter, guys, than your regular stainless steel. A lot more corrosion resistant as well. We get a sapphire crystal. We're rocking the NH35 from a movement standpoint. 200 millimeter water 200 meter, water resistance, BGW9, and 20 mil lug width. So we got really good sizing for both a modern dive watch, but I think we'll also kind of appeal to those dive watch purists. I think the star of the show for this watch, guys, when I owned it, was that honeycomb dial. I'm a sucker for textured dials, and this dial looks absolutely great. It does actually have some lume on it. The lume doesn't last long, but it is there, and I think that's a little bit of a cool feature. But I think one of the big benefits for this watch, and I would absolutely recommend, guys, buying this watch where you get it on the titanium, but where you also get the FKM rubber strap with it as well. So for me, you're getting two great watches in one. The FKM rubber is one of the most comfortable watch straps I've ever worn. And the titanium, guys, is a good level of titanium. It's finished well. It looks good. I think it looks way better than their Voyager series titanium. And to me, that titanium watch, depending on your lifestyle, if you've got more of a, kind of outdoorsy, adventurous, casual lifestyle, I think you could absolutely rock this in titanium as an everyday carry. So for $286 for everything that you get, two watches in one, I think that's a killer deal, guys. So this is a brand that I had never heard of up until, compiling this list together, guys. So this is the Boriage B8011G. So I think they had a different name previously, and they've rebranded to Boriage in the last year or so. Don't mind the name, like the logo. So I think from a branding standpoint, I think they've done a really good job. This is a 200 meter water resistance diver. This is the only watch on the list, guys, that's rocking the Miyota 9015 series. So definitely, that higher end movement. We've got a really cool oil pressed textured dial, which I absolutely think is stunning. 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal, 40 mil case diameter, 46.8 lug to lug. We got a 20 mil lug width and only 11 millimeters thick. A lot of thanks goes to that Miyota movement. And we got BGW9 from a lume standpoint. So I did a little bit of digging, and there wasn't a lot online in terms of reviews that you could look at for Boriage, but there were a couple. And from what I saw, it looks like their fit and finishing is on a very high level and warrants it being in that kind of upper echelon on AliExpress. I'll be honest, guys, a week ago, this watch was listed just under $480. And right now in the sale, you can get it for $433 Canadian. For a Miyota movement, quality finishing, and all the specs that you're getting, an oil pressed textured dial, I think this is a hell of a good deal, guys. Boriage is a manufacturer that we're probably going to be hearing a lot more from in the coming months and years. I think it's kind of hard to do a top 10 list of any style of watch on AliExpress without including a Seestern watch in there. So here we've got the Seestern S434-2. So here we're rocking the NH35, which is powering this watch. We've got 200 meters water resistance, full 316L stainless steel, dome sapphire. And again, this is going to be a more modern style dive watch. We got 39 millimeter case diameter, 13 mil thick, 20 millimeter lug width, and overall a very compact 46 millimeter lug to lug. We've got BGW9 from a lume standpoint. And I think for what you're getting for this watch, guys, you're getting that Seestern quality, that finishing, that fit, and I absolutely love that dial layout. I love that the even numbers are in numerals as opposed to indices. You've got the arrowed minute hand, a bunch of different colorways as options, and I think overall to get this aesthetic of a watch from a brand like Seestern that is very reliable and trustworthy at a price of $325 Canadian, listen, that's going to be an extremely hard deal to beat. I don't care who you are. I kind of shocked myself a little bit when I added this watch to the list. So this is the Watchdives WD50Q. So this is homaging the 50 fathoms. And with it being a Watchdives watch, obviously we've got a quartz movement in here. So powering this watch is the VH31. We've got sapphire crystal with AR coating, BGW9 from a lume standpoint, 300 meters water resistance. So this leads the pack of the 10 when it comes to water resistance. We've got a very slim 38 millimeter case diameter. So again, a very modern dive watch, 316L stainless steel, 46 millimeter lug to lug, only 11 millimeter thick, a lot of it thanks to that quartz movement, and a lug width of 20 mil. What really caught my attention or sold me on this watch, guys, is that beads of rice bracelet. I am a little bit of a sucker for a good beads of rice bracelet. I don't always think it looks great with a dive watch, but for whatever reason, with this design of dial, I think the beads of rice just looks killer with it. And you're getting Watchdives quality, and they've absolutely been crushing the market, just putting out banger after banger recently. You're getting all of this 300 meter water resistance for $178 Canadian. I can confidently say, guys, you are not going to get a better deal anywhere for that type of watch. Finishing out our 10, we've got a brand that admittedly I'm not, super familiar with, guys. We've got Tophill with their TD015G. So to me, when I think about a typical dive watch that maybe has a little bit of a dressier aesthetic, this is the type of watch that I look at. So we've got 41 millimeter case diameter, so great sizing, 48.5 millimeter lug to lug, 12.8 mil thick, so we're under that 13 mil sweet spot, 20 mil lug to lug, lug width, and a taper down to 18 mil at the clasp. Sapphire crystal, we got a ceramic bezel. Powering this is the Miyota 8215, so very reliable quality movement, although a little bit noisy. C3 lume, full 316L stainless steel, and we've got 200 meters of water resistance. Again, if I didn't know anything about watches and I just started in this hobby and I was thinking about a dive watch, this is the type of watch that I would look at and say, you know what, even though a dive watch maybe isn't my style of watch, I could absolutely rock with this watch on a day-to-day basis. I think it looks great. The handset is great. The indices are great. We got a frame date window. And I think, especially if you choose the green or the black gray kind of colorway, I think this is the type of watch that you can absolutely utilize as an everyday carry or even like a Gata watch. So good on Tophill. You're getting everything included at a great price. Right now, guys, this watch is listed at $200 Canadian. Let me know in the comments, guys, which watches of that list that you're rocking and vibing with, or that you absolutely think are disasters. Feel free to let me know. As always, guys, smash that subscribe button, drop a like, join the Above the Six community, and keep in mind that there is the summer sale going on right now with AliExpress. All the watches that were viewed in this video will be linked. They are affiliate links in the description. Happy hunting. Hopefully you guys can come away with a couple of good gems. But that's all for this video. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. But until then, take care.